Perfect. And I'm sharing my screen now. Are you guys able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. So I want us to complete these questions that we are having here. The first one, 4.1, which has two questions and they both weigh 4 marks. And you are required to solve for x. How are you gonna solve for x for the first question? 4.1.1.
Ma'am, you're gonna take the 6 across the equal sign to make it 9 plus 6. Well, 3x equals 9 plus 6. And that's
So you
gonna
say 3x is equal to 9 plus
plus
6.
6. That's gonna equal 3x equals 15.
15, yes.
So to get rid of the 3x, you're gonna divide the 3x by 3 to cancel out, so they can cancel each other out. And you're also gonna have to divide 15 by 3. So 15 divided by 3, and then 3x divided by 3. So the 2 3's cancel each other out.
And how much are we left with for x value?
So x is gonna equal to 5.
X is gonna be equal to 5. Let's see. X equal to not 15 but 5. Does everybody agree with Mangaliso?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Okay, let's move to the second question, which is 4.1.2. You have that whole equation there where you are required to solve for x. And how are you gonna do that? Is Nyaki in here? Nyaki, are you in here?
Yes, ma'am.
How are we gonna answer this?
Ma'am, so first, we're going to say 2 times x, which will give us 2x, and then plus 2 times 4, which will give us 8. And then we'll say plus 2 equals to 5x plus 1.
Okay.
And then, ma'am, we're going to then take the 5 and cross it over the equal sign. Therefore, it will be -5.
The 5 or the 5x?
Sorry, ma'am, the 5x.
Okay.
And then, ma'am, we're going to take 2 and 8 over the equal sign. They will then become -2 and -8. And then, ma'am, we're gonna have 2x minus 5x, which gives us -3x. Then, ma'am, we have 1 minus 2 minus 8, which will give us -9x. -9, sorry.
Okay.
Then, ma'am, we're going to say we're going to divide both by -3. That will give us x is equals to 3, ma'am.
Okay, x equal to +3. Now, does everybody get this? Oh no, not get it, but does everybody agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
What she said. Okay, cool. Did you try to prove if the answer is correct? How do we prove if the answer is correct?
We put the
You can talk.
Yes, Zira. Okay.
Ma'am, we just put 3 in the position of the x, and then we type the whole entire equation to get the answer.
Did you try to insert the 3 as the answer, and how much did you get for both sides of the equation? I mean, both sides of the equal sign. When you plugged 3 here, how much did you get? And when you plugged 3 here, how much did you guys get?
Ma'am, I got 16 for both sides, ma'am, for both equations.
Okay, cool. All right. Is everybody getting that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, cool. And 4.2 for here, they say Asia is 3 years younger. Oh no, 3 years older than Mpo. Together their ages add up to 17 years. All right. We want to know how old is Asia. Asia is 3 years older than Mpo. And both their ages, when added together, they equate to 17. Now they're asking you how old is Asia. How are we going to calculate for this, Zira?
Ma'am, so what I think what we're gonna do is say 3 plus x equals to 17. And then what we do is that we're gonna move the 3, leaving x alone, which then will become 17 minus 3, which then will give us 14 for our answer.
You said okay, let me try to write it. Okay, let me just move here. Can you say that again? You said, what are we starting with?
So, ma'am, what I said was 3 plus x equals to 17.
3 plus x equals to 17.
We moved
And
the 3 to yo.
why are we having this equation?
Because, ma'am, we don't know the other girl's age, but we know that the other girl is 3 years older. Asia's 3 years older than her.
Okay, cool. Continue, it's okay. And you saying we could move the 3 to the other side, so I think you mean 17 minus 3. That means our x equal to what? 14.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Thank you for trying. Do we have somebody who wanna do it differently? Let me see who's in here. Let's see who's in here. Nyagi, how would you do this?
Ma'am, I'm not sure. I'm still
You agree with
calculating.
her? Okay. Mangalito.
Ma'am?
I would have done it the
Mangalito.
same way because we're looking for the missing variable.
Missing variable. Okay. But okay, so according to this, Zira and Mangaliso, you are saying who's 14 years and who's I assume this is 3 years. So who's 14 and who's 3 years? Hmm?
Ma'am, it's Umpo who's 14.
So Mpo is 14 and this one is 3. Now is 14 older or higher than 3 with 3 years?
Ma'am, I think we're gonna add 3 to 14 to get Asia's age. So I think her age is 17.
Her age is 17. You think her age is 17? But they're saying their ages add up to, that means when you add them together. So when you add them together, 14 plus 17 is not equal to 17, right? Don't you have another way that you can try it? Any other way that you think you can do it? Because you see here, they're saying Asia is 3 years younger than Mpho. No, younger, but older. Why do I keep on saying younger? Asia is 3 years old, 3 years older than Mpho. So that means if Asia is 14, that means the other one must be 3 years 3 years younger. So it's either it's going to be 14 plus 3 or whatever plus 3. Okay. Nyaki, didn't you finish there?
Ma'am, no, ma'am.
Okay, Mangaliso, don't you want to try it in a different way, maybe?
I'm trying to see other ways I can do it.
Okay, guys, no problem. Okay, we are having what? We are having Asia, who's 3 years older than Mpho. So I'm just gonna do this. We have Asia and Mpho. So I'm just gonna write their names here. Let me just try to increase this thing. We have Asia plus Mpho equal to 17. Their age sum up to 17. So who's older? Who's 3 years older? 3 years older. Asia is 3 years older.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can either, if Asia is 3 years older, plus 3. If Asia is 3 years older, we can either choose Asia to make this formula. We can either choose Asia to be our x value or Mpho to be our x name. So if we choose Asia to be x, yes, so that means it's going to be x plus, and how old is Mpho? Mpho is going to be x minus 3, ne? X minus 3 because he's 3 years younger, and then this one is 3 years older. If this one is 3 years older, that means this one is 3 years younger. So it's going to be x minus 3 years, which is equal to 17. Somebody saying something? Okay. Now, what we're going to do, remember this age is for Mpho and then this one is for Asia, right? And that means we're going to do what? We're going to take 3 to the other side. And before we do it, let's just try to remove the brackets. So it's going to be x plus x minus 3 equal to 17. Now, x, which is 2x equals to 17 plus 3, and then we're gonna have 2x. What is 17 plus 3? Equal to 20. We're going to divide both sides with 2 because we want to get rid of this 2. So we have x equals to 10. So that means the other one is 10. That means Asia is 10. Asia is equal to 10 years old. And then the other one, which is who? Mpho. Mpho is equal to 10 minus 3 because we are having x being equal to 10. So here it's 10, here it's 10 minus 3, which is what? Which is 7. So that means they are 7 and 10 years old. Did you guys get it? Or do you want me to re-explain?
Ma'am, please explain.
Okay. I'm gonna try to wipe all these. Okay. Okay. So we have these two siblings. Did they say they are siblings? So we'll just assume they're siblings. So both of them, these are siblings, and both of them has X ages. They're X years old. We don't know how old they are, but we just know that their ages when they're added together, they equate to 17, right? So if we see, they also said that Asia is 3 years older than Mpo. So that means their age difference is what? Their age difference is 3, right? The other one is 3 years older. That means the other one is going to be 3 years younger. So what you're going to do here, you're going to choose whoever to make their age to be X. So in this case, I chose Asia's age to be X. You can choose any variable, any letters that you like. I'm just going to choose X. So I'm going to let Asia's age be equal to X. So that means Asia's age is going to be equal to X. Then X, when we add it with what? With Mpo. Mpo is because Asia is 3 years older. That means because Asia is 3 years older, that means Mpo is going to be 3 years younger. So that's where you're gonna say Mpo's age is going to be X minus 3 because it's 3 years younger. So in that X, we're going to minus 3 because it's the 3 years younger. So we're going to say X minus 3 is going to be the age for Mpo. So it's going to be X minus 3. So I'm putting it in bracket because it's one age. That's Mpo's total age, right?
Wait,
But you can
wait,
decide
ma'am.
not to.
Could you also say X plus 3, and then for Aisha, like switch it around. Take the X and 3 to Aisha, so it's X plus 3. Like instead of saying for Aisha it's just X then plus then brackets X minus 3. You start off with brackets X plus 3.
So you're saying for Asia, we are letting post age be equal to X. So we're going to say X, X, and then for this one, it's going to be what? For this one, it's going to be X plus 3. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm
So
asking, is that also right? Could you also do that?
Okay, let's try and see if it works. Let's try and see if it works. Plus who? Plus Mpo, which is X, equal to 17. Now we're going to have a problem because when you move the 3 to the other side, that means it's going to be that. But let's see. I think it's supposed to work because it's one and same thing. It's supposed to work because now you're letting I get you. Now you're letting post age be X, so that means this one is going to be X plus 3 because it's 3 years older, and then this one is 3 years younger. So now let's see, we're going to have, we're going to have what? We're going to have X plus 3 plus X is equal to 17, and then our X plus X equals to 17 minus 3. Okay, minus 3. And we have 2x being equal to, what is 17 minus that? Is it 14? 14. And then we're going to divide it by 2 because we want to cancel the 2. So this is going to cancel that. And x is going to be equal to 7. So that means Mpo's age is going to be 7. So here we got Mpo's age firstly. So we're going to say Mpo is 7 years old, and then Asia is going to be 7 plus 3, which is equal to 10, and it's still the same. So you can either choose to make whoever that you choose to make their age. Let's make sure that you don't confuse the other one. So remember, Asia is 3 years older, and then Mpo is 3 years younger. So yeah.
Okay.
That's why here we're having x minus 3, and then here you're having 3x plus 3 because plus is 4, extra age is 3s, which is the 3s older. Okay, do you now understand it? Do we have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
question? All right, perfect. Zira, did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Who else are we having here? Nyaki, did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's look at 4.3. 4.3 says study the flow diagram and answer the following questions. You have the input values, and then you have the output values, and then you are instructed to perform these expression here. Do you remember how we did this? You guys remember how we did this? The input and the values, and the input values and the output values. Do you guys remember how we used to do this?
Ma'am, do you put the input values in place of the x?
Yeah, boy, yes, that's what you're gonna do. So you're gonna put the input values where you see x, and then you're gonna do what? And then you're gonna get the output values. So for A, that means you're gonna put, or you're gonna plug -2 in that expression, and you process it, and then you get the output value, which is going to be equals to the number that's supposed to be put on that A there. And then for B, C is going to do the same thing. So what is going to be our A value?
Ma'am, A is -1. B is 1. C is 3, and D is 5.
Can you say that again?
Ma'am, A is -1. B is 1. C is 3, and D is 5.
Okay. Is everybody getting the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Now let's move here. So they say determine the numerical values of the output values. Write the values below. That's what we did. And what? So we are required, the next question, we are required to draw a graph out of these values that we got here. Do you guys know how we're going to draw the graph? What is going to be our x values? Which one are going to be our y values?
Ma'am, is our x values the vertical line, and our y values is the horizontal line?
Okay. Okay, let me try to do this. So we're going to have y values when we have x values. Then we have 0 here. And we're going to have what? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then we have -1, -2, 3, and going down. So where is going to be our first point on the graph?
-2 on the x axis.
-2
on the x axis.
Okay, so it's going to be this one. And which other coordinate does it go to with? Is it -2 and what? Is it here on the line, or do we put it here on in the third quadrant, or here?
No, it's on the line because y doesn't have a value.
It doesn't. It doesn't have a value. Mangaliso, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
You say it doesn't have a value, so you see we calculated for the output values.
Oh, oh no. Oh, sorry, ma'am. So it's gonna be -2, and then -1 on the y-axis.
Okay, cool. So remember, the input values go hand in hand with the output values. For whatever input value, you're going to put it or link it with its output value. For instance, here we have -2 as our input value, and our output value is -1. So you see that we are having -2 and 1 as the coordinates when we are having this line. So it's going to be somewhere here. Let's just use a different thing. So it's going to be somewhere here. Okay, now where is going to be our next point, Zira?
Ma'am, is it going to be at 1 and -1?
1 and -1. Where is our 1 and -1?
It's it's on our right, at the bottom right.
-1 and 1, yes. And okay. And let's go to who? Let's go to Jackie. What's going to be our next point? What's going to be our next point?
Ma'am, 0 on the x-axis and 3 on the y-axis, ma'am.
0 on the x-axis and 3 is the
y-axis.
So it's going to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are we gonna have when we having an input of 1 and output of 5?
Ma'am, we're going to have 1 on the x-axis, ma'am, on the right side, and 5 at the top on the y-axis, ma'am.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. Zira, I don't know, is it Zira who gave me this one? I think we made a mistake there, right? Because we are having For this one, we are having what we are having. I was just trying to see because it's supposed to be a line. You see this expression that you see here. It guides you that this should be a straight line, right? So that means for the second point, it's supposed to be -1, which is this one, and +1. So it's going to be somewhere here, right? Not this side. This one is what is +1 and -1, but we are having -1 and +1. They're totally not the same. Okay, cool. And let's see. What's gonna be Nyaki, you said what's gonna be the last thing, last point? Did you say 1 and 5? I think you said 1 and 5. And after pointing all of those, then you're going to connect the points. Ne? My line is gonna be straight because I didn't use anything to measure. So do you see you having a straight line going up? So the more you have a positive input value, the more output values you're going to get. In case they ask you what is the relation, what is the relation of this the relation of this line graph, you're going to tell them that the more you get a positive input value, the more you're going to get the output values. All right. And do we have any question? Did you all of you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Mangaliso, are you okay there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Fine, if that's the case, it's okay. We're gonna try and do another question 4 with a similar question. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I see the screen. Guys, are you able to see the screen?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mangaliso, are you also not able to see the screen?
Yeah, I also can't see the screen.
Okay, what are we gonna do now? Okay,
Ma'am, I can see it now.
let me try to cancel. Oh, you can see it now. Is everybody able to see it now? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that means it delays. Okay, cool. No problem. Let's do another question. It's a different question. Do you see? It's the way they've asked you those questions, they look the same. Okay, cool. So for this one, you are required to solve for x, and the first one is that one. And how we gonna solve for this? Nyaki?
Ma'am, we're going to take 2x, ma'am, cross it over the equal sign, ma'am, then it will become positive 2x, negative 2x, ma'am, and then 7 is going to cross the equal sign and become -7, ma'am. So, ma'am, sorry, ma'am, it's going to be -3x minus 2x is equal to -3 minus 7. Then, ma'am, we're going to have -5x is then equal to -10.
Okay.
Then, ma'am, we're going to divide both by -5.
Yeah,
And then, ma'am, x is equal to 2.
X is equal to 2. Do all of you agree with that? Do you agree with her?
I got the same answer, ma'am.
Okay, cool. That's nice. You can try to prove it, but I can see that it's giving same answer, right? And 3.1.2 0. How are we going to solve for x in this case?
So ma'am, we're first going to times -4 by 2x minus 1, which I get -8 plus 1.
Negative
So
8.
it's yeah. So I get 10. Sorry, -8x. So I get 10 -8x plus 1 is equal.
Before you continue, why are we having plus 1? Is -4 multiplied by -1 a 1?
Oh, sorry, -4, ma'am.
And -4 multiplied by -1, put that on your calculator, so it's -8. And
It gives me
let's
4.
see how much you're getting when you put that on your calculator.
I'm getting +4, ma'am.
Okay, +4, perfect.
And then
you can carry on.
yeah, and then ma'am, I get then I'm gonna times -2 by 3 and -x, which I get -6 plus 2x.
Plus 2x.
And yes, ma'am. And then I'm going to move my -8. So I'm going to say 10 plus 6 plus 4 equals 2x plus 8x. And then I get my answer as 20 is equal to 10x. I divide that by 10 and my x is equal to 2.
X is equal to 2. Okay, is everybody getting a 2, or did everybody get a 2? Mangaliso, did you also get a 2? Neki, did you also get a 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna wipe this so that we do this one. So this one, it's 3.1.3. They say 3x minus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Do you guys have an idea of how we're gonna do this?
Ma'am, are we gonna move the 2 and then divide it by times it by 4?
Yeah, but that's what we're gonna do. And what do you get?
And
So we're
ma'am, I
going to
get
cross multiply, remember? Okay, remember when you're having 4 or a number, you have it divided by 1. So what you're going to do here, you're going to cross multiply. The 1 is going to times everything, and it's going to remain the same. So it's going to be 3x minus 1 And then the 4 is going to multiply a 2 because it's cross multiplying that. So it's going to be 4 multiplied by 2, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 8. Okay, now you can continue.
And then, ma'am, I think we're going to move our 1. So we have 3x is equal to 8 plus 1. And 3x is, yes. And then 3x is equal to 9. And we divide that by 3. And then we get our x is equal to 3.
X is equals to 3. Do you see that these questions are almost the same? Because we also got x being a 3 here for this one there. Okay, cool. And that is the answer. If you want to prove it, you're just gonna put your 3 there. So 3 where you see x, so it's going to be 3 into 3 minus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 4. So it's 9 minus 1, which is 8. So it's why is not writing? Okay. 9 minus 1 divided by 2 equal to 4. 8 divided by 2 equals to 4. Therefore, 4 equals to 4. So when you prove it, that's how you do it. Now let's do this question that we had previously on the question 4. They say Poppy is 5 years older than Cairo. Their ages in years added up to 25. How old is Poppy and how old is Cairo? Poppy is what? Is 5 years older than Cairo. Their ages in years added up to 25. How old is Poppy and how old is Cairo? Do you guys remember how I showed you do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how are we gonna do it, Nyaki?
Ma'am, so I said Poppy plus Carlo equals 25. Therefore, 3 plus x in brackets Then, ma'am, I said 3 plus x.
3
plus x is equals to 25. Then, ma'am, I said 3 plus 2x equals 25.
3x. You said 3x.
Ma'am, I said 3 plus 2x, ma'am.
Plus 2x. 3 plus 2x equals to 25, and 2x equals to 25 minus 3. That's what you will say, right? And then 2x equals to 20. What is 25 minus this? 22. And then we divide it by this, and then we divide, no, not x, but we divide it by 2. Divided by 2, divided by 2. We have x being equal to 11. And I just want to, okay, cool. Before we check if it's correct, I'm gonna go to almost said Cairo, but I'm gonna go to wait. I'm gonna go to Zira, right? Zira, how are we going to calculate for?
Ma'am, what
Yes.
I said
Or you
was
also did it the same way?
no, ma'am, I didn't do it the same way. Well, I said x plus open bracket x minus 5 close brackets equals 25. And then
Mm-hmm.
what I got was 2x is equal to 25 minus, plus 5. And so I got 2x is equal to 30. I divided that by 2 and I got x is equal to 15. That is what that's what Poppy wait, yes. That's Cairo's age. And if we plus 5, I think we're gonna get no wait. That's what I got. Sorry, ma'am. And so
Okay. You can continue, Zira.
and so if we minus 25 by 15, we get 10 years. So that's what Cairo's age is.
So Cairo is 10 and Poppy is 15.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Nyaki, did you want to say something?
Ma'am, I wanted to say, I recognized while Zero was talking that, ma'am, I read the question wrong. I used the previous age difference, ma'am. It's 5, not 3.
Yes, it's 5, not 3. So if they say it's 5 years older, so you're gonna choose whoever to be X years old. So in this case, you chose Cairo to be X years old. So Poppy, because Poppy is 5 years older than Cairo, so that means it's going to be what? It's going to be it's either 3 plus X. Wait. No, 5 plus X. I wanted to say 5. So it's either going to be 5 plus X or X plus 5, same thing, right? And then that means we're going to do the same thing, but we are replacing the 3 with the 5. So let me just cancel all the 3's here. So let's cancel the 3's over here. And this one is not going to be a 3, and this was going to be. So you must make sure that you know the age differences. So we have what? We have 5 here. So it's 5 plus 2x, and then we're gonna have 25 minus 5, right? We have now we're going to have what is 25 minus that is 20, né? And then 20 we're going to divide it by 2. That means we're going to have x being equal to 10. So who's x years old? X years old is Cairo. So Cairo is going to be 10 years, 10 years old, and Poppy is going to be 5 plus 10, which is 15. And remember, this should make sense. They said they are 5 years older, so that means the age difference is 5. So you see 10 and 5, the difference between 10 and 15, actually not 5, 10 and 15, it's 5, right? So that means this is a correct answer, right? Do we have any question? Did you guys get it? I think now you understand how to solve this question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And you see, this question have tendency of coming in exam. So I got it here. This was 20, I forgot the year, but it was recent. And also this one, it was the next year in question 3. So you should make sure that you don't make mistakes. I mean, it's like 5 marks. Do you see it's 5 marks free?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see the input values. Now we're having the x, which is the input values, and the y values, which are the output values. So what is going to be have you guys calculated already for our y values or the output values, our A value, B value, and C value?
No, ma'am.
How much did you get? Guys, I don't have a power electric name, so in case you start not hearing me properly, just know it's my network. And I'm just glad that at least we're almost done, so we won't have too much bad impact. You saw how much is the A value?
Oh, ma'am, I was saying that I wasn't done yet, ma'am.
All right. Zira, you done calculating?
Ma'am, I got for the first answer, I got -3. For the second, yeah, -3. And for the second answer, I got 0.
Zero.
And then, yes, 0, ma'am.
3 into 0 plus 2. Did you put it on your calculator?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got 0.
And I got 0.
Okay, I think you should slap your calculator and try to do it again. It's probably in sleep mode, ne?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Do it again and tell me if you still get a 0.
Ma'am, I still got a 0.
Hi, bro. You got a 0. What? Okay, what are you having on your calculator?
On my calculator, I'm having 3 times open bracket 1. No, sorry, 0.
1. 0,
Sorry,
yes.
and then I got divide by 2, then I get 0.
No, it's a plus.
Oh, is it a plus?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It looks like
Okay.
a division. Okay, I'm getting 2. I'm getting
Okay,
2.
cool. All right, cool. I was worried. Okay, so that means the -3 might not be correct because you were calculating using a thing in there. A divided by 2. So 3 times -2, it's -6, plus that is 4. Are you guys getting 4? Is it 4? Is it 4? -4. Are you guys
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
it's all in my head. 2 times 3 is -6.
Ma'am, we're getting -4.
Perfect. And lastly, you have what? You have 1 as your input value, and then when you plug it to that equation, what is the y value?
5, ma'am.
3 plus 2 is 5. So you're getting 5. Okay. Cool. And we are done here. Do we have any question? Okay, if they ask you the relation, what is the relation of this equation here? What are you gonna say? Or the relationship?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay. Nyaki, you also don't know. You don't
Yes, ma'am.
remember. Okay. Do you see that the more you get a positive x value or the positive input value, the more the input values increases, the more the output values increases, because we had a -2, which produced us a -4. We had a 0 that gave us a 2. We have 1 that gave us 5. And then if we have a 2 here, it's most definitely that it's most definite that we're gonna get a number that is higher than 5, because the more you increase the input values, the more you get the output values. So it's a positive relationship, right? But I don't think they're going to ask you that. But I'm just saying, if somebody asks you, and in case where maybe there's like there's a mixture, maybe let's say when you plug a 0, you get a 5, and then when you plug a 1, you get a 3. See, there's no relationship. Like it doesn't decreases or it doesn't increases. It's just in between. There's like it's like a messy thing, right? And if maybe you had like a negative 4, and then you had here when you plugged a 2, you get a negative 7. You plugged again, you get a negative 10. You see, it's decreasing. That means that the relation is now what? It's a negative relation, because the more you increase the x value, the lesser you get the output value. So the output values decreases, all right? Okay, so that means if you were to draw this graph, this one that you see here, it was going to go up there. If it's negative, that means it's going to go from up going that way. If there's no relationship, okay, let me try to wipe this. Let me not confuse you. If we were to, that means the graph or the line was going to be like this, right? Let's say this is what, this is y, and this is what, this is our x. And if maybe, let's say there was a negative relation, that means it was going to go up, going down. And if it was what, if there was no relation, yes, if there was no relation, it's just a messy thing, right? And do we have any question? Are we all good?
Yes,